Okay, hello, this is Dr. James, and today I'm going to talk about powering little devices, off a micro USB, converting them to battery power. And I'm going to show a quick little hack, how to hack one of these car chargers. I don't know if you can see that. There's a car charger right there. And hook it up to either a battery like this, or maybe a lithium-ion battery like this guy here. And you know, they sell these chargers online. They're kind of expensive. Actually, they sell some from China if you can figure out how to buy them that way, which I tried to. And I figured this was the easiest way to go. I don't have to wait months for stuff to ship in, and I can hack it right away. And it seems to work, and you don't have to worry about getting the wires right. You know, I was thinking about hacking these cables apart, but if you get the wires wrong, you might burn out your nice little device here, right? And so, let's get going. We'll show you how to do this little hack and get your little micro USB powered devices up and running on batteries. Make them all portable. Should be interesting, huh? Okay, so I had some projects where I want to power some little devices that have a micro USB input, and I wanted to do it by battery. Okay, well, here's a little thermal camera that I just made a video on a while back, not too far back, and here's a Arduino type device called a Hooduino. I have some other ones that like the teensyduino also have a micro USB power port, and maybe you want to power it wirelessly. I have a battery pack that's got three what are these 18650 batteries, is that right? These are awesome batteries, yeah, 18650, and they're about 4 volts a piece, so 3 times 4, that should give you about 12 volts. Because these, well, here's a lithium-ion motorcycle battery, and so if I wanted to power these remotely with, you know, battery sources like this, maybe, or a smaller one like that. I saw some things online where people would sell you some stuff, but they're expensive, and you know, I could try to cut off one of these. Let's see if we got a micro USB cable over here. Oh, come on. Okay, I could hack one of these apart, but I'm pretty sure there's more than 2 wires in there, and I don't want to blow up my device. So if I use something like a car charger here, I should be able to plug it in, and the wiring should be all correct, and all I have to do is get the voltage up to this thing hooked up proper, and then we should be good to go. Let's take a look at what's inside of this thing. Okay, I may need 2 hands. Okay, here is our car charger, and what I'm going to do, I ordered some of this wire a while back, and I used it for my high power transformer for some devices, and maybe I'll cut off 2 of these wires and try to solder them onto this thing here. And remember, usually center's positive. I'm going to test this out first, make sure I don't have to push this thing in for this device to work. Let's see if we can solder this guy up and get him working and power some little devices up wirelessly, or with batteries, I should say, actually. Should be interesting. Okay. Okay, so remember, a good engineer will always test everything out every step of the way. So here's my 12-volt battery, and I have the red, the positive here. I got the positive here, the red one, hooked to the center, and then the negative hooked to these little wings on the outside. And I purposely got ones, see how it's got like through holes there? Purposely got ones like that so I could wrap the wire around it and solder it, because you definitely going to get a better solder joint if you can wrap the wire around it and solder it. Okay. Okay, so I happen to have this spool of wire laying around here, and I only need 2 wires. This has got 4, so let me just cut a little snippet of this. I'm going to strip 2 of these wires back. Too bad the red's not next to the black. I think I'll just strip back the red and the purple one, and just use those 2. Because purple's kind of like black, and definitely red is red, so okay. Let me strip these wires up, and then we'll solder it to this thing and test her out, and test her with some devices here and make sure everything's working. And then we should be good to go, huh? Okay, so here we got our wires stripped back, and I'm going to try to do the red one first. I think I'm going to wrap it around this little nubbin thing here, and this could be a problem because that could be a huge heat sink. So let me see if I can do this. Okay. So we want to wrap it around it probably. So maybe I need to make the wire strip back a little bit more because I want to be able to twist it on itself. And then we'll solder that hopefully to this little nub thing. It could be a huge heat sink, so I could need a bigger soldering iron or something. Make this into a loop maybe, like so, and twist it back on itself and loop it around this guy and tighten it up. Then we'll try soldering that. Okay. Okay, so we got our soldering iron all heated up here, and we'll just see if we can solder this to that. I'm going to try to solder the wire onto itself first, so it keeps a good loop around it. Then we'll try to heat this thing up and get some solder to flow right onto this metal and see if it will bond to it. See if we can get a good solder joint to hold that in place. Okay. I may have to go all the way around it because let's see. Try to heat that up and get the solder to flow underneath of it and get it to bond to that little nubbin thing. Let's see how that is. Well, I think it might be on there good. Okay. Now we'll get the other one in place. Okay, so it's always better if you have a mechanical bond also, so I like to loop things through loops if I can, and then loop them over on themselves, and wires solder better to themselves. So there, see, I looped it through that loop thing there, and I'll try to solder this wire to itself and solder it. Let me twist it around itself a little bit. Okay, so I have the wire twisted around itself as well, and I'm going to try to solder this to this loop thing, and that works. We should be good to go, right? Get the wire soldered to itself. Like so. And then you want to get a good bond with this loop thing, so I'm going to heat this up. This wire up. Oh, come on. It's not behaving. I get some solder in there, get the whole thing really hot, get the solder to flow underneath this loop thing like so, and then you want to hold it in place while the solder solidifies. Okay. And oh, it's not a good solder joint yet, it's still floating around. You gotta get it really hot, I guess. Okay. Get it to flow onto the other metal. I'll let it cool for a second. Okay, it's still not bonded. It's not bonding to this very well. Let's put a lot of solder on it. Big old solder glob. See if we can get this to bond. Okay. Oh, not yet. Let it cool for a second, maybe. Oh. Still having issues. Maybe it's too hot. Maybe hopefully I didn't overheat it. Let me fiddle with this. You know. Hold it in place and add solder to it while it's still freaking hot. Let's see if that works. Okay, I guess just letting it solidify. Now it's got a good bond, and should test this out. Make sure I didn't destroy it when I was heating it up too much. Okay. So we have our ends of our wires here, and I'll hook the positive one up to that, and the negative one up to the black one, and make sure our light still comes on here. Oh, it's not coming on. Okay, that's no good. Okay, it looks like it's still not getting a good bond here in this solder joint for some reason. It's still loose, and because when I hook the clip leads right up to this ear thing over here, the light lights up. So let me fiddle with that and see if I can get a better solder joint on this guy over here. Okay, so I heated it up and reflowed the solder, and it looks like it's a good mechanical bond. Let me just test it out with the clip leads and make sure that it works electrically. Okay. There's the red one is on there, and I'll hook the other one up, the ground. Okay. Let's get this out of the way. And there we go. We have our LED on. And so I think this thing should work. Let's test it out. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Get these wires out of the way. So I have a micro USB cable here. Now let's see if we can get it in frame. Let me plug this guy in. Like so. And then I want to power some different, these are like Arduino type devices. And this is a Hooduino. I used this on a robot video I did a while back because it has a whole bunch of servo inputs. I also have some teensyduinos. Didn't see one to grab when I was making this video, but let's just check this out, see if it powers up. Okay, it looks like it's powering up. I wanted to make sure that things look kosher before I hook it up to my $50 camera, FLIR camera. Okay. Oh, look at that. Powers up. See that? Wireless power. Okay. This is a really cool camera. You can. Pretty cheap, and it's portable, and it's good for some science projects. Did a video on this one. Here's my soldering iron here. Look at that. So, cheap, inexpensive FLIR camera powered with this guy. Oh, okay. But what if you want, see, I'm powering things up right now with this lithium battery here. But what if you want to power it up with a more portable power supply, like these lithium-ion batteries? So let's hook it up to this guy and see, make sure that everything's working fine with that. Okay. So I'll hook my clip leads here. Okay. the red one onto here like so. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. And eventually, you know, I'll just solder these on. I won't use clip leads if this is working out fine. Okay, I'll get the black one on. It looks like our light is lit up again. And let me hook up our FLIR camera to make sure that everything's working okay. There's a USB input right there. And here's our micro USB. And plug that guy in. Okay, there we go. Let's get everything in frame, I guess. Oh, what happened? Let's take a look here. So there we have our little charger hack powering up our FLIR camera remote with batteries, so we can take this around the house and look at stuff. And yeah, look at this better. Okay, so there's a neat little project. I have lots of uses for this, and it's not too expensive. This device cost me about $5 at the grocery store. It also cost me agony because I had to go in, and one of these jerks at the store was harassing me about my mask, even though I just went into the store. And you know, because I don't wear a mask when I go into these places. Everything they're doing is illegal with this phony virus attack. It's if you let them continue to get away with this, they're going to take away your right to your own body, force you to be injected with some kind of crazy crap that Bill Gates is stirring up. So, and even worse, they'll take away all your human rights. Once you lose your right to your body, you're going to lose all your rights. So I oppose it, but it's a communist takeover of America. What you going to do? Anyway, very interesting, huh? Anyway, here's the final product. Completely portable power supply for your little devices, whether it be Arduinos or FLIR cameras. This is Dr. Janes, and thanks for watching.